Good morning, guys. It's Warwick here. It's a beautiful day today, sunny out. So it's kind of very nice and warm. I'm on my way back, traveling home, and it's my reset day. So which is I have to rest today and tomorrow. Just kind of like going home just for a quick visit, and then getting some stuff ready for my planned trip like in a couple days. But I have to be back tomorrow and start working another couple days, I think, until so Tuesday to Friday. Then I'll be on my holiday. But what I want to say is that, is it worth it to do a field work? Well, I don't know. I think it's depend on your personal, situation. Is for me, I think it's worth it for me because I just want to learn, right? Learn new things, and being in the field. I've never been working in the field, so this is kind of different for me. For me, comparing with my past experience, so I was always working in the shop, so this is something new. It would be a lot of traveling involved in this line of work. You stay away from home most of the time, but I think the financially it's worth it, but you gotta have to be really careful because it's not all about money sometimes. Okay, if you have a family, then I think it might be nicer to just find something there closer to home. I think it's worth it because if you work out of town, you get lots of bonuses for being away, like what is it called, living allowance and stuff, like uplifts of northern uplifts or whatever it might be. Other thing is that I think it's worth it if you're physically prepared and mentally prepared, and those are the keys, I think. And then you're gonna have to, because for me, I think I wasn't even strong enough for any of them. But if I can do it, then you can do it too. But it's not for everybody. Like I said, it's not for everybody at all, because it could be something different. But what I'm saying is that you don't really have to do something that I do, because I know there's a lot of they call it labor, but we make lots of money. Okay, but the downside is that sometimes they say when it's layoffs, and then they get layoffs right away kind of thing, instead of someone who is have a ticket or multiple ticket would be nice. But I think it's worth it. But it's gonna be lots of changes too in the weather type, because you're gonna have to dress warm and all that, because yesterday it was kind of really nice like today, but it was so windy that it's really cold outside, and it makes it really difficult to work sometimes. But I mean, if you prepare and organized person, I think that's not gonna be an issue. And other things that you're gonna have to have a good sleep, because it's not gonna be a short day. It will be a long day, because it's already 12 hours, and then if you're traveling like half an hour or 45 minutes, mine is like 45 minutes or so. So add it on top of your work schedule, it's a long day. And if you're not preparing your food and then you get home, it's kind of like tiring. But the thing is that you gotta have to be prepared, right? Make a couple extra food for the next day or so, especially when you have a long travel, stuff like that. You gotta have to be really, really, really awake, because driving side to side could be really different, and then longer distances, so it's going to be a long day. You will meet good people they will share their experience and stuff like that. You just have to ask, but not everybody is like, you know, friendly. So most of the people I meet, they are so far are the nicest people I have ever met, and they're willing to share their knowledge because they've been there a little longer. And then even like the younger apprentices, like they're starting very young, and I know one day they will make a ton of money. And also it comes with a, you know, maybe opportunity of being a lead in something, you know. That's a good way of, you know, starting somewhere like that and starting young in that kind of work. I have to prepare for my food and for, you know, the next kind of like a couple of days. And then sometimes the living allowance was like, sometimes you get some money that it can cover your grocery, and if you like to cook, then you're not gonna spend much, because I guess like 2 days worth of your groceries money can go towards your grocery. And then if you cook it yourself, I think it's a little bit cheaper. But if you don't get the time, then there's lots of places they kind of do their preparation kind of thing. You just get it, buy it from there, $50 for lunch or whatever it might be, for example. I mean, but because there's no Timmy's and McDonald's and stuff like that, so you gotta have to be really prepared. And if you're late, then yeah, some days you're not gonna have microwave. And don't think about, you know, it will be like, you know, in town work. Some facility they do, like for example, like if you're a field work and then you're working alone and has a rig with you, like myself for the last couple of days, I don't have a microwave. I mean, I could use one to ask them, but I mean, it's just I don't want to. So I just also want to learn and push myself, kind of being without microwave. If you know that something that you will learn in the future, something that you will gain the knowledge of, and you know, getting you somewhere, I think it's a good experience to have that. And also it's worth it. It's worth your time and money to do something that like I try to do right now. I mean, everyone is in their own stage of life, so we can't compare ourselves to anybody. So just take care of yourself, and if you think that's something that it's worth to do, then make your decision wisely, and you can go about that. Okay. Well, other thing is that, you know, sometimes they have a camp, right? You can just set up in a camp and then stay there at a camp. Or like myself, we have a company condo that we stay at, so we don't really have to, you know, book a hotel or motel or whatever it might be, or stay at the camp, because the company is already providing that for us. And so it's kind of easier, a little one step easier for me, because some other places sometimes they do have you know, company, you know, facility that they can you can go or stay at, so you have to book it yourself. So maybe I'll also share about my experience, how I became a welder and stuff. Maybe I think it's a good idea. I mean, if you want to be a welder one day, or there's not just welding, but there's a ton of other work that in field. Because when you go into the plant, I was seeing like other workers that they kind of just going on the bus, like they're waiting for their buses and stuff like that, and they got picked up and then go to their site, and that's easier because there's also options like that. But for mine, it's like I drive to the company, pick up a rig for welding rig, and then go to the site. Yeah, so it's a little bit different. But even a subcontractor, like they are working there as well. You ask them, like, you know, how they set up their businesses and stuff like that. They share all of the knowledge that they have, and I kind of like I'm grateful to kind of know those kind of stuff, and they're also willing to share their past experience and stuff like that. You know, I'm grateful. Yeah, so I think it's worth it if you want to do it, but it's like I said, it's not for everybody. So alright guys, that's all I want to share with you guys today, and I know it might be a long video, but like I said, take it or toss it. You know, if something that you learn, or if something that you want to share, comment below, because I'm very new to this, and if you have tips and tricks and stuff working in the field, don't mind sharing your ideas and your thoughts and your knowledge, because it will help somebody. Because when I was working, a couple guys sharing their certain things that they do differently than how I would do it, and I was like, that's interesting. That's because if you're in the field, you don't access to everything, because you have to work only with what you have. So it will help somebody. So just comment below if you have some kind of knowledge or tips and tricks. All right, thank you guys. Bye.